The era of green cards in the United States is over. The United States is suspending the diversity visa program, better known as the green card lottery. The reason for this decision was the shooting at Brown University, stated the United States Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. It turned out that the shooter had come to the United States through a green card won in the lottery. The White House announced that the United States will no longer hold green card lotteries, and instead they are offering to purchase gold cards from Donald Trump. And the current situation looks like just an excuse to implement what Trump has been threatening for a long time, since Trump has long opposed the green card lottery program. In 2017, during his first presidential term, Trump insisted on canceling this program. Back then, a pickup truck driver drove onto a bike path, attacked people, and also rammed a school bus, and that driver also had a green card. So what happens next? Is Trump really shutting down the green card program, which has been quite popular in the United States for the past 3 decades? My name is Alexei Pechi. Let's look into this topic together, but before we start, I ask you to subscribe to this channel, leave a like, and write any detailed comment under this episode. Also, subscribe to my Telegram channel, Peachy. The link to it is in the description of this video. There, we post breaking news as it comes in. So, United States President Donald Trump has suspended the green card lottery program after the shooting at Brown University. The suspect in the attack, Portuguese citizen Neves Valente, is said to have entered the United States through this very program. The day before, United States Secretary of Homeland Security Christina M. stated, quote, "By order of President Trump, I am immediately directing the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services to suspend the program, Diversity Visa, One Diversity Lottery. This is being done so that Americans cannot be harmed because of this harmful program." And so, mentioning the suspect in the Brown University shooting, the minister said, "This terrible person should never have been allowed into our country." And now this has become a reason to shut down the green card program. Let me remind you, 48-year-old Portuguese citizen Neves Valente is suspected of the attack at Brown University. 2 students were killed in the shooting at the educational institution, and 9 more people were injured. The Portuguese man is also suspected of killing a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Neves Valente himself was found dead with a gunshot wound on Thursday, December 18th. And so, apparently he took his own life. According to United States authorities, the Portuguese man came to the United States in 2017 through the Diversity Visa, One immigration program. That very green card lottery, right during Trump's first presidential term. I should note that those who win the lottery receive immigrant visas to the United States, which give them the right to later obtain permanent resident status. And it's important to note that all winners are thoroughly vetted before being allowed into the United States of America. That's why Trump's current decision to shut down the green card program just looks like he finally found an excuse to do it. On the other hand, the shooter's story itself looks a bit strange after all. It is reported that Neves Valente came to the United States in 2000 to study at Brown University, and at that time he entered the country on a student visa. But it is not specified where the Portuguese man was after finishing his studies until he received his green card in 2017. He may have stayed in the United States the whole time. Donald Trump himself has long opposed the green card lottery program. In 2017, during his first presidential term, Trump insisted on the complete abolition of the Diversity Visa, One program. At the time, the reason was an attack in New York, where a pickup truck driver drove onto a bike path, hit people, and crashed into a school bus. The United States police classified the attack that killed 8 people as terrorism. And as claimed by the United States authorities, the attacker was an immigrant from Uzbekistan, Fula Saipov, and he came to the United States specifically through the immigration program One, the very same green card lottery. Yes, the news is truly alarming, and I understand that with such a flow of information, many people's minds are simply overheating. We live in a state of chronic stress, and it's normal to get tired of it. If you feel like you're at your limit, your battery is dead, and nothing brings you joy, I have some recommendations for you. This is the YouTube channel of Bobby Rapsai, a really cool psychologist who, without complicated terminology and using examples from daily news, breaks down very complex psychological processes and explains what's happening to us. By the way, he released an excellent episode about why we feel tired even without work and how to deal with it. Bobby Rapsai's YouTube channel link is in this video's description. Be sure to check it out, make sure to subscribe and watch the latest episodes. They're really useful. It really helps, to get your head straight. Well, let's continue. Let me remind you, the Green Card Lottery program was launched in the United States in 1990 and is run by the State Department. Citizens from countries with under 50,000 immigrants to the United States annually can enter the lottery. The lottery provides up to 55,000 visas each year for citizens of these countries. Green card holders usually become eligible for United States citizenship after 5 years. About 20 million people participated in the 2025 visa lottery, and visas were approved for more than 131,000 people, including the family members of the lottery winners. And now, after Donald Trump returned to the White House, the United States has begun tightening measures to combat illegal immigration. Among the current measures are the deportation of illegal migrants and an increase in fees for work visas. And just a little over a week ago, United States President Donald Trump launched a program for American visas for wealthy foreigners who can pay at least $1 million to obtain them. Donald Trump's Golden Card program, of course, promises to obtain a United States residence permit in record time and will require a payment of $1 million, which, as Trump himself put it, is proof that the person will bring significant benefit to the United States. According to Trump, the Golden Card is aimed at highly qualified specialists. When Trump introduced this program, he compared the Golden Card to the Green Card, which allows immigrants of various income levels to live and work permanently in the United States. However, according to many experts, these programs can hardly be compared, since obtaining Golden Cards violates the principle of fairness and gives an advantage specifically to wealthy people. But Trump doesn't care about that. On December 6, United States Secretary of Homeland Security Christina M. said President Donald Trump's administration plans to expand the entry ban to citizens of over 30 countries. This restriction was introduced after a man from Afghanistan was accused of shooting at 2 National Guardsmen near the White House. The expansion will be based on the ban that the Republican administration announced back in July, when citizens of 12 countries were banned from entering the United States and restrictions were imposed on people from 7 other countries after the shooting near the White House. The administration has already tightened restrictions for 19 countries from the original entry ban list, particularly for citizens of Afghanistan, Somalia, Iran, and Haiti. And even earlier, on November 28, Trump himself stated that his administration would permanently suspend migration from all third world countries after the attack on National Guard near the White House. Quote, "I will permanently suspend migration from all third world countries to allow the United States system to fully recover. Stop all millions of illegal recognitions by Biden, including those signed by Joe Biden's pen, and remove anyone who is not a clear asset to the United States." And at that time, Trump also called for a full, thorough review of every green card, quote, "for every foreigner from every country causing disorder." In general, Trump's fight against migrants continues. Friends, if you found this episode helpful, please support this YouTube channel with a donation or paid subscription using the links in the video description. That's all for now. Take care. Goodbye, everyone.